Hi, friends. I'm upstairs and we might have a bad connection, but my tablet is fully charged. So I think it'll be okay for a while. It seems like when it's running low on battery, the connection gets worse. So I don't want to give things away, but I wanted to talk about my 4-star general videos. And in case you don't know, it is a scammer series involving a romance scammer from Ghana. Look, we have 0 people with us. It's exciting. Okay, while we're waiting, I'm going to tell you what happened to me today. So, since I broke my elbow, I haven't taken my daughter to the store with me unless I'm with a friend or something because I can't lift her into the grocery cart. But I was able to get her shoes on today. So I thought, okay, I'll just try having her walk around the store with me. And that can be tricky. But she has shown an interest in potty training. I'm like, of course, right now. Now you want to potty train. So we went shopping for new underwear for her and a lot of drinks. They say that when you're potty training, just give them lots and lots of drinks. And so she was excited to be able to have as many Capri Suns as she wanted. So anyway, uh, I mentioned to a friend that I couldn't get her in the cart, and she goes, "Oh, I can put her in it for you." And it was one of those car carts with the steering wheels in it. And hi, Bimu, how are you? Hey, Motaz, how are you doing? Okay, so after my friend put my daughter in the cart, I was steering it around the store, and my hand moved across the handle, and it had like some plastic that was cracking, like it's encased in plastic, and there was this shard of plastic that stabbed my hand, and I didn't notice right away that my hand was bleeding. And so by then I'm in the juice aisle and I'm going, okay, I need to go wash my hands. And I can't pull her out of the cart with my bloody hand, and I don't mean that in a British way. And I can't pull her out with my broken elbow. So I had to go ask the manager for help. And then I said, "Can you sit with my daughter while I go wash my hands?" And I thought this dispenser on the right was soap. And I thought, oh, this is kind of weird soap. It's just clear, it's not foamy like it normally is in the restroom. And then my hand started burning really bad, and I realized it was hand sanitizer. So I put hand sanitizer in my open wound. Then I washed it with soap. And, okay, don't listen. Plug your ears if you're queasy about blood or anything, okay? There weren't any paper towels in the restroom. They only had the hand dryers. And I thought it was done bleeding by then, so I started to dry my hands off. And then it was bleeding again and blowing blood everywhere, so then I had to rinse it off again. And then ran out to the manager and said, "Can I have a paper towel?" And then they gave me a band-aid and stuff. And I thought they were going to suck up a lot more than they did, but they didn't. And they brought me another cart and moved my daughter and my groceries into that. And that cart also had a cracked handle, but not in a, stab someone in the hand sort of way. But they obviously need to pay better attention to the handles on their grocery carts. So, of course, right now I would get the one that stabs my hand. And yeah, I just was kind of done shopping after that. And then a friend brought me dinner, which was really nice, and some roses. Okay, I'm going to say hi to everybody. I'm going to scroll down. Hi, Misty. Hi, Esprit. Hi, Miss Kimberly. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Westside. Did I get everybody? I said hi to Misty, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a worse day. It could have been much worse. I have friends going through worse things than that, but I don't know. It was kind of comical. Hi, Shayla. Oh, you're from South Carolina? That's cool. Yeah, that could have been a movie scene. Okay, so late last night I posted another episode of my 4-star general. Maybe I should have just called it my 4-star scammer instead so people would know it's a scammer video. I made a whole bunch of those episodes at once before the YouTube editor went away because I wanted everything to have like the same look and font and all that stuff. So I can still snag the music though if I need to make another one. I'm not 100% sure if I'm done with the general or if he's done with me. But yeah, I made like 4 or 5 episodes in like 1 week before the editor went away. And now I have been learning an editing program called VideoPad, and it's pretty good. But I actually just edited a video where I decided to do sort of a time lapse thing, and apparently my computer can't quite keep up with that. So it posted, but my computer couldn't really do the preview very well, so it was hard for me to continue editing and decide, okay, I don't like how long this clip is right here. So I'm really not that thrilled with how it turned out, but I'll probably still post it. Bimu, the general, is a special snowflake. Lauren, you haven't watched my general videos? It's all an entertaining chat with a romance scammer, and I recently got on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's just @musicIsARainbow, and I get a message from this guy saying, "Hello, how are you? Can we have a chat, please?" And at first I thought maybe it was a YouTube viewer, but then I thought, no, because usually people say something about my videos, and so I was pretty sure right away that it was one of those romance scammers that I've heard about where they look for like desperate women, usually widows, and convince them to give them money for some bogus reason. So, hi Ronaldo. Hi Donna. Donna, you want me to tell you what will happen next? You want me to ruin it? I don't know. Okay, but okay, how many of you watched it? my latest one. It had a fake ID that I made. And so far I had one person Google the address I used on the ID, and that made me happy. No, Shayla, he didn't ask for anything inappropriate. Hey, how do you say your name? Jburr 20. I'm just gonna call you Jay, okay? Thanks so much. No, this scammer is from Ghana, and he doesn't say anything perverted. He says a lot of yes, dear, honey. He's quoted scripture at me. Like he's used scripture to try to convince me that I can trust him, which is funny. I'm like, those scriptures are about trusting God, not about trusting some scammer you met online on Instagram. So right after he started chatting with me on Instagram, he asked if we could move it to Google, is it Google Chat or Google Hangout? And he would keep trying to do like a video chat or a phone call or something, and I wouldn't take those calls. Bimu says when I read his stuff out loud in that voice, he sounds like a baboon. I didn't know what kind of voice to do. I didn't want to say, he said blah, 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 and then I said this, and then he said this, and then I said this. So I just needed to give him a different voice than my voice. So his whole story that he's this 4-star general and he's on a peacekeeping mission in Syria is hilarious. He says he's in a war zone and he's always saying, I have to go check on my boys. It makes him sound like the babysitter of the military. It just cracks me up. My boys need me. And yeah, so he's in a war zone, and because he's in a war zone, he doesn't have access to his money, but he has access to Instagram. And I can't even keep track of anymore of which episode has what, just because I made them all in like 1 week, practically. So I watched a little bit of it last night so I would know what to put in the description because I hadn't made all the descriptions yet. But I was like, oh yeah, it's the one where I did my fake ID. I was really proud of that one. I also gave his fake UN guy a special phone number, I believe, but I didn't watch the whole episode last night. I got home from choir late and went, oh yeah, I have to write a description and do the keywords and stuff and then publish the video. Donna, you've seen all of them? Thank you. Yeah, the tiara. I just took a Princess Buttercup photo and then told the UN guy, my ID looks different than other people's IDs because I'm a princess. So, his story is that he calls it a consignment box. And if you search for consignment box, all that comes up is like Nigerian scammer and that sort of thing. And he says he bought into an oil company in Syria, and this box has $5.6 million in it. And he's trying to find a wife, blah, 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 wants me to have the box delivered to me, but I have to send $1,500 to the UN. That's an expensive package right there. Thanks, Esprit. If you guys haven't seen my scammer soap opera, that was when I first started going by Princess Buttercup. And that was because I was talking to this scammer named Ashwin, and he asked me what my name was, and that was just the first thing that came to the top of my head, and I just blurted out Princess Buttercup. My life would have been easier if I just gave him a generic name, but I just wanted to see if he knew anything about Princess Bride, which he didn't. And he could have Googled it, and that would have brought up some information for him. And then before I knew it, I had a whole bunch of Princess Bride characters in conversation with each other on Google Plus. I once did a Princess Bride little party for my son. I wanted to do it for a bunch of friends and stuff, but we had both been really sick. And I actually had As You Wish written on his cake. So he got the movie for his birthday, and then I made it this interactive thing. So when they did the iocane powder thing, I went over to the table and I had these little plastic goblets and some powdered sugar and looked over my shoulder all sneaky. And my friend, this is the funniest thing, she actually had an ROUS, the rodent of unusual size, from this movie Halloween party that she did. And I thought that was going to be the hardest thing. I thought, what am I going to do with the giant rat? And then my friend goes, I have one. It was so funny that she just happened to have a giant rat that I could use. So during the giant rat scene, I go into my bedroom and grab it off my bed and then attack him with the rat. And I also gave him some plastic swords. So during the sword fighting scene, I gave him and his brother some swords to play with. And I just like to get really creative with my kids' birthdays whenever I can. And the part where he has to swallow the pill that's like covered in chocolate, I had like some Hershey's pot of gold that I that I gave to him to open up. So it was fun. It would have been even more fun if we had like a house full of friends, but that was when we lived in our apartments. Okay, I'm catching up here. Bimu says, send him $10 million so he can pay you in iTunes and chocolate. That sounds good. Yes, Lowen, marriage is what brings us together. Oops, I accidentally tapped something that I shouldn't. Donna says you're pretty good at the on-the-spot responses. Have you hidden the marshmallows? Wait, what marshmallows? There's marshmallows? That makes me hungry for marshmallows. Oh, that's right. Was I eating marshmallows and I wasn't supposed to? Hey, Frankie. Oh, that's Frankie's. Scammers maybe sit around eating canned spam all day. That's possible. Hi, Eliza. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the general. And I really just kind of like to make fun of the fact that he doesn't speak English very well. Because if he did, he would know that if I just casually mentioned that I was attacked by a shark, that's just, not very likely. I can just say any random crap I want to him. Oh, there's so many things I want to tell you guys about, but then I don't want to give anything away. So what are you guys doing this weekend? I think I'm just going to clean my house with my one arm. Actually, I'll probably spend the whole weekend trying to potty train Sabrina. Donnie, are you having a balloon fiesta? Bimu, you're getting high? You are not. Donna, you're in Albuquerque? Bimu, you're going to the Salmon Days Festival? Is there a lot of salmon there? How come the festival is when it's rainy? I thought they do that during the summer or something. Eliza says she's going to sleep, eat, and sleep some more. That sounds nice. I'm just looking forward to not getting up early tomorrow because I usually wake up around 6 or so. Bimu says there's lots of salmon at the Salmon Festival. What time is the Salmon Festival? Do you not have to work tomorrow? I really want some salmon. So I guess, yeah, the salmon, they're not going to change their spawning schedule so you can have a summer salmon festival. Hey Jay, scammers, well, the IRS scammers, I can't ever get them to answer on the weekend, ever, or usually after like 3 or 4 p.m. During the day. And with the potty training going on with my daughter, that just complicates things because I have to, like she's just starting, so I have to really like hover over her. She's asleep now, so that gives me some time to live stream. But I might continue to chat with the general off and on. So that kind of thing kind of fits more into my schedule where I can just send him messages off and on. And he seems like he has kind of weird hours. Okay, so if you guys get a chance to watch last night's episode, you'll have to see the address that's on my fake ID that I sent the UN. I love the guy's name. Diplomat Paul Smith. Let's see, what is it? At outlook.com.org or something like that. So funny. Okay, Bimu, the Salmon Festival is 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. What time are you going to go to it? That's okay, Lauren. Did you have to plug your phone in? Donna says, what does your husband think of these love interests of yours? Oh, he's insanely jealous. Yeah. He knows how I really get into guys who have no idea what I'm talking about or anything. Oh, especially ones who lie, like, all the time and want my money. Who couldn't fall in love with that? Misty, my husband has a laugh about this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm married. I've been married for, later this month, it'll be 21 years. I mean, I'm young. I've been married for 5 years. And my son's not 18, he's 3. Thanks. I don't know if we're gonna do anything cool or not. I don't know. Usually, well, we can have our older kids watch the kids as long as they don't have a concert or anything. And last year, on our 20th, we had a school concert to go to. One of our sons did try to make us some dinner. Actually, we had a friend visiting too, and she made something for us. But in the past, we would take the kids to my parents' house, and we'd go to a restaurant or something. And my parents haven't been well. Thanks, Jay. Misty, congratulations on the 15 years. Okay, so I made a video a while back about my husband that said, what did I call it? My husband, real or imagined, or something like that. He's an introvert and doesn't want to be on YouTube or anything else public. Yes, Donna, I did post a video of my son singing. No, we're not high school sweethearts. We met, I was about 19 when we met, and then I was 21 when we got married, and he was 23. And then he decided to join the Air Force so we could get married. But he had to do a delayed enlistment. Hey, Jason. Yeah, he did a delayed enlistment because he had torn rotator cuff from a pack and ship company he was working for, moving boxes all day. So he had to do some physical therapy first. And so we, hi AJ. Sorry, I'm like in the middle of blah, 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 blah. And so he worked like 2 months for this cabinet delivery company, and we stayed with my parents during those first 2 months. And then he went to basic training, and we were apart for 2 months. And that was just a really strange feeling. Like we hadn't been married for very long, and then to not see him for 2 months when we're newlyweds was that was really lame. And then I did go down to Texas for his graduation and decided to get a place down there when he was going to tech school. And I remember I went to the housing office, and the lady there did not want to give me a list of places to live. Basically, they thought his tech school was so short that they didn't want me to come down and waste my money on it. And the lady goes, well, the Air Force wouldn't like you spend your money like that. I go, I didn't ask for advice about how I spend my money. I asked for a list of housing. And then she hands it to me really snotty. Hi, Tracy. I was just thinking about you. Is this your first time on one of my live streams? Hey, Lauren. Yeah, so Lauren, have you been to Wichita Falls? It sounds like it'd be like a really quaint place with some beautiful falls, but they're actually brown. Oh, so Misty, yeah, Misty said her husband was in the Marines. Dated 3 months and gone 3 months. AJ, you went to Wichita Falls when you were 7? What I was told when I was there was that there were some Japanese businessmen who came to visit, and they asked where the falls were, and they were told there aren't any falls. And so they had them made for them like it was a man-made waterfall. I don't know if that's true, but like here, I put this in one of my videos with my cousin Cindy. We have this beautiful waterfall called Snoqualmie Falls, and it's like this touristy area. So here I was thinking, oh, something pretty to look at. And yeah, AJ, it's in Texas. And we were staying in these rickety apartments that had no tornado shelters. This is in Tornado Alley. And all these people are telling us, yeah, back 20 years ago, there's a giant tornado. It was like 3 tornadoes combined, and it flattened the whole place, and you could see all the way to Oklahoma. And I was just terrified. I never wanted to see a tornado, ever. And whenever it was windy, our windows would rattle, and it was so scary. I stayed up all night watching the weather report, and I finally fell asleep, and there was a funnel cloud that didn't touch down while I was asleep. And my husband said, oh, did you see it? And I said, no. And he goes, oh, it was really cool. And I said, I don't want to see that, ever. I think the Wizard of Oz, like, scarred me for life. AJ, you lived in Olney, Texas for a year? Okay. I remember driving through Waco from basic training to a tech school. Yeah, tornadoes, that's so terrifying. I mean, hurricanes, you get a lot of warning, and that would be really inconvenient to have to leave. But hey, Moo Moo. Bimu, you were scarred by the Munchkins? It was the flying monkeys for me. I hate the flying monkeys. AJ says he didn't drive when he was 7. I guess he's not as advanced as I was. I drove everywhere. Yeah, Tracy, we do have to worry about earthquakes here. But it's not like we have earthquake season, you know? If we have an earthquake, we never know when it's going to come, but it's not like every year we have earthquakes. Oh, Moo you watched my, oh, I should know. Woman destroys the fake IRS with logic. I still think that's funny. That's my most popular video. This one day, it's not that it went viral, but I was just watching the views go up and up and up, and was just kind of shocked by it. And that video is really the only reason I make any money on YouTube at all. Yeah, AJ, my dad used to let me hold onto the steering wheel too when he was driving. The funny thing about that video was I was kind of in a hurry to go somewhere. I think we had school registration or something like that. And I thought, okay, I'll just do a quick phone call. And I thought that was like a boring video, actually, and I almost didn't upload it. And I thought, well, I only wasted 10 minutes of their time, and I feel like if I don't do half an hour, I didn't really stop them from scamming anyone that day. Oh, thanks, Jay. I always like it when a scammer really kind of knows that I'm messing with them, but they're entertained and they stay on the phone with me anyway. Tracy says she clicked on that video because there weren't any women scam baiting at the time. Thanks, Ronaldo. And it's kind of interesting because sometimes my views go way down. I think they go up when the scammers are making lots of phone calls again. Because suddenly I'll have a big rise in views. And I get all excited, like, oh, my channel's getting popular. Then I realize, it's just that one video again. That's the one, yeah, it always gets lots and lots. And then it dies down again, and it goes back up. So I can't really depend on the money that I receive from that, because some months I don't even reach the quota to receive any money at all. So you have to make $100 in order to receive a paycheck through YouTube. And with all this stuff that the advertisers are going on and the videos being flagged, that made it worse. So lately it's been like I'll get paid with like a couple months combined or something like that. And I put lots of hours into like editing my videos now. Yeah, Moo, $100 to receive a paycheck. And yeah, there was one month where it was maybe $50-ish, and so it had to be combined with the next month. But today's the 6th, and I think I've reached the halfway point already for the month. And some people are turning to things like Patreon, where people support you by doing like a monthly donation of $1 or $5 or whatever, and they'll offer their viewers some perks. So I've thought about doing that, and maybe having a series where it's called demonetized for the word fill in the blank. Because when my videos are demonetized, I go through it and go, oh, okay, I think that was it. So for instance, when my grandmother passed away, I just did a brief video to let people know, hey, I'm still here. My grandma passed away, and I think it was the word DEATH. Actually, don't tell them I said that word. Okay. Anyway, I think that word gets flagged for some reason, because maybe they think it's going to be a violent video. So, I feel like I have to start speaking in code so that my videos don't get flagged. It's really annoying when you spend... Well, that was a simple video. It wasn't a lot of editing. AJ, thank you so much! AJ, you're the first person to do a super chat. Did you guys see that? His comment got all colorful. Thank you. I was so excited. Yeah, Bimu says make your own merchandise and sell it. So I've thought about that too. I just wonder what, I don't know, I'm like, do I have any like phrases or anything that would go on a t-shirt or anything like that? That's right, AJ, that's awesome. Yeah, this is the one way that YouTube has to donate money now, because they took away fan funding. But when you do super chats, then it's not anonymous. I know a lot of people prefer to be anonymous when they donate. AJ just noticed the button there, he says. Yeah, there's a little dollar sign that you can click on, and then you can donate money. And when you do that, your comment stays there for a bit longer than the other people's comments in the stream. Yeah, Moo Moo, I could have my daughter like color a rainbow for like some mugs or something like that. She likes to color rainbows actually. I need a drink of water. Maybe I can spill it and we can all have a good laugh. Princess Buttercup top. I don't think I could get away with that because I don't own the rights to Princess Buttercup. AJ says, not me. I like you guys knowing when I donate. Laugh out loud. I'm selfish like that. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate that. And like the videos like the General and the Ashwin videos that I did, those are actually a lot more work than it looks like because you just so you're jumping around trying to figure out, okay, where, like, what am I supposed to read next? Because I was bouncing around between emails and like the chats and stuff and the Google Plus. So when you do Google Chat on your computer, you can't get it to go full screen, so I have to put it on my tablet or get on and look at it on my tablet and then do screenshots of all of those conversations with the General, and then I have to like email it to myself and then download it and then I can read it to everybody. So my new editing program actually does screencasts, I think, so I'll have to try that out. Tracy, it is okay. You know, usually I don't have money to donate to people, but I always wish that I could. I always say if I were stinking rich, I would like spend the day surfing different GoFundMe's. There are so many worthy causes out there. Like, I have several friends who have young children with brain tumors or did have young children with brain tumors. And what I liked about making money on YouTube is that, you know, I didn't have to ask people for money. It's just, hey, they watch some ads and then like the big rich corporations can pay money for the ads. It's hard for me to ask for money because there are so many people suffering, you know? I have a friend who has multiple myeloma and she's never been married. She lives alone, doesn't have any kids. And there's a GoFundMe for her, but it doesn't get as much attention as, you know, people who have families or someone lost their dad, someone lost their mother or something like that. But I really like she was forced to sell her condo. I have no idea how she's going to continue to survive. It stinks. And so when I think about people like her, I feel kind of lame saying, "Oh, donate to me," you know? Yeah, there are some interesting GoFundMe's out there. Um, Sometimes I wonder if they're jokes or I don't know. There was a guy who was asking for money and talked about this whole story, like this kind of domestic violence situation. And oh, bye, Moo Moo. Sorry if I'm missing some comments. Hi, Terry. I'm going to catch up on some comments here. Okay, Lauren says, should I shower before you come to arrest me? That should be put on a shirt. That would be a fun one. It'd be kind of like an inside joke thing. Like people would read it and go, like, what does that mean? And some people don't understand that comment. I'm making fun of the guy because police don't warn you that they're gonna come arrest you. They don't want to have like this, manhunt. They're gonna surprise you. Tracy said she didn't realize that super chat was a thing. I have actually tried to recreate the mural that was on my choir room wall, which is where Music is a Rainbow came from. It was this mural that just cracked us up because the person who painted it was obviously not a musician because they made the key signature one that doesn't exist. Hi, GL. Sorry I missed you. I've just been blabbing and blabbing. Oh, so Moo says with the demonetization, they've clearly never watched PewDiePie. Well, actually, what happened with PewDiePie, I'm pretty sure he did get demonetized, but then Netflix gave him a YouTube Red show. So when people get demonetized, they can still make money, like a portion of what people pay to have YouTube Red, which is when you have YouTube with no advertisements. And but he said something really offensive apparently and then lost that. So I think he went somewhere else. And I don't really understand the love of PewDiePie, actually. I watched it a little bit and I don't know. He doesn't really come off as funny to me, just profane. Terry says, is it L? Sorry, I'm not translating this well. L would be a rainbow made by your daughter. That would be fun. What I need is actually just a logo that could go, I think, on shirts or mugs, and maybe have different sayings. I could snag quotes from like different videos, I guess. Dada says, Princess holding a cup of butter. Butter. Thanks for stopping by, Moo Moo. AJ, today's your payday? Oh, that's another fun thing that we're dealing with. Like, you're always thinking things are going to get better monetarily, and my husband's union, they were way overdue negotiating a new contract, like years. So there was no cost of living increase or anything. Meanwhile, our health insurance kept going up. So we pay the entire premium for me for the dental and medical. And then they decided after years, like he's been there almost 9 years, they decided to change the pay schedule. So instead of getting paid the 5th and the 20th, they changed it to every other Friday. And so our paychecks are for 80 hours instead of 87 hours. And it's supposed to even out because then you get like, quote, extra paycheck 2 times a year. But it's just messed up. My whole bill schedule is driving me crazy and I just can't seem to adjust to it. I'm the one who pays the bills and does the budgeting and everything. And so that just, made our paycheck lower again. But I think they are finally renegotiating, but they don't want to pay retroactively for all of the cost of living that they should have given us all that time. They're going to pay some of it, but not all of it, and that really ticks me off. I think they're negotiating an increase. Oh, this is another thing. So he has like a pension through the state, and they just decided, we're going to raise your contribution 1%. Like, we didn't have a choice in it. They just said, you have to give more, like 1% more of your paycheck. So again, the paycheck went down. So my husband has his regular job, and then on his days off, he flips houses with his sister. So he's working 2 jobs, and I teach piano, but it's getting a lot harder to have a full schedule of piano students because of my kids, and especially my toddler, and my parents are both having health problems. There's going to be major things happening with them soon. So with the videos, I can just kind of make them here and there instead of it has to be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day. But I love teaching piano though, and I get really attached to my students. They kind of become like another one of my kids, you know. Hey Jay, super chat. You should see like a little $ symbol. I can't actually see it the same way you guys do, but yeah, I think it's off to the right. So I've watched other people's live streams. Yeah, Tracy, cancer is horrible. So my parents are about to have their 50th anniversary, and it looks like my dad is going to do a stem cell transplant, and that will involve him being in the hospital for a long period of time and having to stay in a place close to the hospital otherwise, because I guess it's going to make him violently ill. Then my mom is not well enough to be his caretaker, at least not all the time. So that's supposed to go from maybe the end of this month. They might do it a little bit later, but that's really gonna mess up Thanksgiving, their anniversary, Christmas, New Year's. So it better dang well work, you know. I can't believe he has to go through this. So, okay, Misty says I should do a video where I'm looking at the crazy GoFundMe pages. That sounds kind of entertaining. So I just edited a video where I got a for real makeover from a friend. So it's not like the most entertaining video, but I keep doing videos where I have like really awful makeup on. And I almost never wear makeup. I wear it on stage for the most part, or for giggles. Or Halloween. Okay, I'm Misty. Yeah, that's my most popular video when I ask them if CPS is gonna come take my kids away. Scammers don't know that you can owe the IRS a lot of money before they'll ever come arrest you. Yeah, Tracy, I had never really heard of PewDiePie until my kids mentioned it, and I was kind of looking into who's the most popular YouTuber and what can I learn from them. And so I started watching just a couple of his videos, and I thought, I'm not gonna be like PewDiePie. That's not my kind of thing. But I started reading articles and looking at all sorts of videos about how to make your channel more successful. Try to learn about the analytics and examining like your audience and all these different things. And they say you should make a custom thumbnail so it looks more professional. But just because your thumbnails look professional doesn't mean you're funny, right? Thanks, AJ. Yeah, everyone does need to make money. It's kind of frustrating right now that, my husband's working 2 jobs, and then I do the piano stuff and then try to make money on YouTube, and I just always feel like we're trying to climb out of a hole and someone keeps dumping the dirt on us. I know a lot of people feel that way. It's not that, oh, woe is me. I have this bad financial situation. This, that's the struggle for a lot of people. Yeah, everybody tell me how you feel about PewDiePie. I wouldn't be surprised if just saying PewDiePie gets me flagged. We'll see what happens after this post. Terry, you would buy a rainbow mug by my daughter. That's awesome. I'll tell her that. Lauren, he said the N-word during a live stream. That is not cool. Bimu, the candy bar is delicious. Wait, which candy bar? Which candy bar are you referring to? AG likes PewDiePie. Tell us what you like about PewDiePie. Okay, am I saying your name right? Ciara? Hello. Thanks, Tracy. I just told my husband I just need to become a YouTube sensation, and then we can just spend more time together as a family. I just keep thinking, okay, if they made a lot of money doing the house flipping, like, consistently, well, we still just don't have much time together. AJ says, have you updated the app? Oh, okay. Talking to Jay. I think if you were on your computer, you probably see it if you have a regular computer. Thanks, Terry. Yeah, things are stressful, and I have people asking me, are you taking more piano students? And it's not that every afternoon is filled up. I just feel like what happens when my dad starts treatment and my mom needs a ride to go see him and a ride back because she can't drive in the dark. And they're about 20 minutes away from me, so I'm the best candidate as far as helping out in that way. And that's why we really pushed for getting a new van months ago, was I needed something where I could help my family a lot. Okay, Jenna Marbles is hilarious. I don't think I've heard of her. This is another thing about my channel that just cracks me up is I keep forgetting the person's name. People keep saying, are you related to Natalie Dormer? You look like Natalie Dormer. And I keep forgetting who she is, and I go and Google her, and I have a good laugh over it. I also get insulting comments. Like I had... Some people just say things that are flat out mean, and then another person said I looked like Meatloaf. Not meat, but, the singer Meatloaf. Or maybe they meant meat. I don't know. Yeah, Terry, I'm not really a fan of the foul language either. So, AJ, what's happening with PewDiePie now? Did he go to a different platform? GL says, seems like big YouTubers can get sucked into a lot of drama. I will try to avoid that. My goal is to be a medium YouTuber. Bimu says PewDiePie is not someone I watch. From what I understand, he is a satirist. Am I saying that right? It's too late to think. And all those things that he said were taken out of context. He clearly didn't mean anything he was saying. Yeah, he is. I did gather he seems like a sarcastic guy. Terry says, I like Aunt Boo. Good night, Ronaldo. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, can you guys comment later on the channels that I should be watching that are really funny? Oh, thanks, GL. Thank you, Lauren. I just kind of feel like a middle-aged mom of 5 kids. I'm not like that fazed by hateful comments. I just go, oh, that was mean, and I delete it. The ones that really tick me off are where people judge me as a mother. That makes me mad. I had some pretty mean comments, like just as my dad got his cancer diagnosis, and so I was already just, I was not happy, and some judgmental person came on and told me what I should be doing as a mother, spending my time, and like, do you realize I'm actually trying to support my family? So, my kids do need to be fed and clothed, and then they have all these activities at school and things that cost money. It's just kind of nonstop. Like, just when you think, okay, I have set a budget, a child comes home and says, I want to do the school play, and it's $75 to do the school play. I don't think it cost money to do the school play when I was in school. Tracy says, tell them to kiss your motherly butt. Okay. Oh, that's right, Lauren. Your mom has 6 kids. I do recall that. So, I don't know if Granny will be coming on. I love Granny. Granny Goose is her name. She's like very real and just tells stories. I love her vlogs. And she introduced me to Educating Shani. And she is this girl. She's really funny, but she talks a lot about trying to recover from bulimia and self-harm and things like that. And she gets a lot of nasty comments. At first, it was kind of like people were sort of like a family for her. And you're getting popular on YouTube when the trolls start coming out major. And I'm always hoping that she'll just start going, delete, 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 delete. And I've said, just get some friends like moderators and just don't even let yourself say or see those comments. Because I feel like some people especially have the type of personality where they're going to go to bed at night and they're going to keep seeing those comments in their head instead of the really positive ones and the people who feel like, you're helping me. I know, Lauren, isn't Shani so funny? She cracks me up. And people are always getting offended by like little things too, like, oh, I don't like that thumbnail you used, that triggered me. Or she did like a sarcastic video, so she really loves Honey Nut Cheerios, and so she put up this title that said, oh, I have some sad news, and it was just this sarcastic, I'm out of Honey Nut Cheerios. And then people were upset, like, we thought there was something really bad going on, well, we're so upset, and they just kind of like are on the edge of their seats waiting to see how she's doing now, and so if there's any hint of she's not doing well, they get all upset. So they like really love her, but just let her be funny. she should do some funny videos like that when she feels like it. Thanks, Terry. I try to make my videos as funny as I can. Oh, good night, AJ. What time is it? I feel like I still want to watch Wonder Woman. I bought it on DVD the other night and I tried to watch it, but I fell asleep. But I don't have to do anything tomorrow, so I can stay up late and I can watch Wonder Woman. Have you guys seen it? What did you guys think of Wonder Woman? Hi, Cobweb! Stuff is falling next to me. Terry, I've never actually done improv or acting or anything, but people have always said that I should do it and I would enjoy it, but I think I would also enjoy writing for some shows and stuff. I don't have a lot of the technical know-how when it comes to like doing certain like editing skills and that sort of thing. But I feel like if I were a part of a team, I could, have some great ideas and then just be amazed at the super smart people who do know how to do all the cool stuff that I don't know how to do. Oh, good night, Tracy. Trying to keep up here. Oh, it's 11:17? Okay. I can still watch Wonder Woman. Bimu, you should come watch Wonder Woman with me. We'll eat salmon. Okay, Lauren says the only channel that really deserves all their subscribers is Good Mythical Morning. And my kids love that show. They have something kid-friendly to watch. Thanks, Terry. Actually, I really like writing too. Like a lot of my friends, I think they actually like my writing more than they like my videos. Terry, how old is your son? If he wants you to buy Wonder Woman, you should probably review it first. Misty says, I would love to start a YouTube channel, but I know nothing about editing. A year or so ago, I really knew nothing about editing either. I would record a phone call and just upload it, and then people started saying things like, you should edit this out. This was long, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, edit? How do you even do that? Jay, I haven't really composed music except just a couple joke songs a couple times. It's not really one of my strengths. I have a hard time with it because I feel like when I make up a tune that it is an already existing song deep in my subconscious and I'm probably ripping off somebody else's song. So I don't find that enjoyable. I'm always worried, oh my gosh, I think I stole somebody's song from them. But I do think of like choral arrangements in my head that I would really love. That would be beautiful, but it's hard for me to like get it out on paper. Lauren, you have a crush on Link? Wait, which one's Link? Oh, Terry, 17. Yeah, I think your son's good to watch Wonder Woman. So, Jay, have you ever seen Malcolm in the Middle? There's an episode where Malcolm is super proud of this song that he's written, and he's strumming on the guitar, just showing off his new song, and all of a sudden Dewey goes meow 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 meow. And he goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, that tune you wrote is the Meow Mix commercial." I could totally see myself doing that. Be like, dang it, I just stole some jingle. Do you ever compose, Jay? Okay, my elbow is doing this thing now where it gets stuck and then it pops and it really hurts. GL says, I have no singing talent whatsoever. Is it possible to improve with lessons, or do you need natural talent? I think it depends, like, are you truly tone deaf? Because I think most people can at least improve, and it takes a lot of practice. Bimu, you feel the same? Well, and some people steal people's riff on purpose, like when Vanilla Ice did that to David Bowie / Queen. I was really not happy about that. I love The Office too. Why are we talking about The Office? Did I miss something? Misty, I could tell you some things about editing. So I started using the YouTube editor, and it actually took me quite a while to figure that out. And then when it was going away, I was just like, now I have to use my brain again to figure out a different program. Horrible. But I thought VideoPad was actually pretty intuitive, and there's some tutorial videos that helped me out, and it's not actually that bad. And once you create the project, you can upload it straight to YouTube, so it's in like the correct format and everything. So that's kind of handy. But then if you're editing on your computer, then your computer has to be able to handle everything. So what I read the most from people who were unhappy about the YouTube editor going away was that they had a Chromebook, and so that was the only thing they were able to use to edit. And so it was nice to be able to just like be online and edit on YouTube's site and do it that way. And they actually changed it again right before it was going away, and I thought, are you changing your mind? But as I was trying to finish up the general videos, it was like more glitchy than ever and torture, and I wondered if I was even going to be able to finish it because it was it's hard to describe. It kept screwing up over and over again. It was taking like 3 times as long as it normally would. So frustrating. But VideoPad actually does some things that I wanted the YouTube editor to do, so I'm happy about that. Okay, Misty says, if I can't do it on my phone, I don't do it at all. So what kind of phone do you have? Because I know some people who just do it through their iPhone or something. Sometimes the terminology can be kind of confusing as far as what you actually want to do to the clips and stuff. Jay, you haven't composed anything since 2010? So when I was in music theory, so this is my first year of music theory when I was in college. Well, and the only one I ended up taking because I got really sick and just had to quit. But they would say, write a hymn-like song, like get a poem, make it into a hymn, but they would have all these rules, like you can't have an interval bigger than a fourth or something like that. And they would call that disjunct intervals if it was like bigger than a certain amount. So that would just basically kill all the creativity. Like if I had a tune in my head that I liked, I would start to like write it out, and then no, that broke that rule. Oh, and it broke that rule. And so back to square one. And that was so stressful because I was like violently ill at the time. And to be given this homework, go home and write a song, was just really overwhelming to me. And I had been playing the piano since I was 5, so you would think it shouldn't be that bad. But a lot of people don't know that music majors are one of the hardest majors. And I was like learning things that I'd never heard of. Like all the different names of all the scales, and then there were scales I had never heard of. I knew there's major and minor and like augmented and stuff. But hi. Do you want to be in one of my videos? Fine. It's not a video, I'm actually live streaming. Do you want to be in a live stream? People want to know what you think about my videos. You can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Or somewhere in between. I would show you what he did, but I can't because I'm holding my tablet. He made a gesture at me. Bimu oral skills, like the ear training. That was hard too. Like they play some notes for you and then you have to like write down the notes that they played. Jay says, it certainly sounds difficult. I never went to college for music. I only studied under a concert pianist from ages 11 to 18. Yeah, my piano teacher was a concert pianist too. I had him from age 5 to like 13. But he didn't actually like children, and I think he actually hated teaching. He just wanted to perform and compose. But he taught me to play well, though, and that was what was most important to me. But it got more and more tense towards the end there, and I just told my mom I was done, and I continued to learn on my own. Yeah, so with the names of the scales, it wasn't like this is major, minor. It was things like this is the Lydian scale, the Phrygian, and there's like a ton of scales, and you wouldn't know. And you feel like that kid in math class, who raises your hand and says, "Excuse me, teacher, when do I use this in real life?" Okay, well, I have to go, you guys. We have to go to bed. Well, actually, my husband has to go to bed, and I have to watch Wonder Woman. Terry says my music is limited to the songs I learned and the sound of music. Oh, that's right, Bimu, Mixolydian. I forgot about that one. That actually sounds kind of fun, Mixolydian. Okay, bye everyone. Sorry if I missed anyone's comments. Good night.